Hi guys, welcome to another episode of High Chance Channel, where I'm going to educate you today on how to improve upon your vocabulary skills in your everyday life. Before we get started, kindly hit the subscribe button on your phone, on your laptop, on your desktop, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, comment, and share. Thank you. The number one tip on my list is read anything you find. To improve upon your vocabulary skills, you have to read everything you find. Sometimes when we say reading everything you find, mostly we think that it's just about picking a graphic, picking this, picking that, but you shouldn't center your mind only on picking graphics and the rest. You should also even Google search on ways to improve upon my vocabulary skills, and by doing that you will come across various vocabulary that will help you in your everyday life. The number two tip on my list is have an open scope to learn from others. You see, sometimes you might think that you are too perfect and you are above everyone, that you do not want to learn, but I came to tell you this afternoon that it's very bad to have such a perception in your head. You see, learning from others is another way of improving upon your vocabulary skills. You see, sometimes there's a lady on TikTok. She does videos on similar general etiquette ideas, and she talks more about this. And I'll leave her link in the comment section below. And she talks about how to improve upon your vocabulary skills with the American accent. So the next tip on my list is have confidence in yourself. You see, sometimes when you're speaking or when you learn new vocabulary, you feel like when I open my mouth to talk, I'm going to be laughed at or something. No, you shouldn't have such a perception. I think that you should have a perception that I can do it, have that I can do spirit. And I think that by having that spirit in you is going to take you far. The next tip on my list is be yourself when talking. You see, the most important tip is being yourself when speaking. You should own your words. Own your words sometimes when you're speaking. When you learn the vocabs, you shouldn't always have negative minds in your head that someone is listening and might say I'm wrong. We are all not perfect. We are all learning. So sometimes you should be yourself when you're talking. The next step on my list is make research your priority. You see, sometimes aside learning from others, you can also make your mind that by making research on the internet, by making research from friends, from families, it's another way of improving upon your vocabulary skills. You see, English is dynamic, as they also say culture is dynamic, and by researching and by going on the net, by researching from people, is another way of improving upon your vocabulary skills, because day in day out there are words which are added to the English dictionary that when we inculcate in our vocabs, is going to go a long way to help us. The next tip on my list is try watching movies and TV shows. You see, watching movies and TV shows goes a long way to benefit you as an individual. You see, the kind of content you watch, even on your phone, the kind of content you watch on the TV, goes a long way to affect you either negatively or positively. You see, sometimes in Africa, or let's say in Ghana to be precise, we usually go, most people go in for the Lewins and the Kweku Menus and the likes. But if you are a young lady, a young gentleman coming up and you want to really improve upon your vocabulary, I think that I won't say you should avoid the Ghanaian type of movies, your tradition type of movies, but I think that you should also go in for these foreign movies. At least watch one foreign movie or two foreign movies in a week, and it's going a long way to give you a positive impact in your everyday life. The next tip on my list is listening to people speak. You see, sometimes you can make your research, you can watch your TV shows, but sometimes when you listen to people speak, even on TV, you should have someone who would mentor you. You see, listening to people speak, even on TV or even your family members, some speak good vocab. So when you listen to them, it also goes a long way to help you improve upon your everyday life. The next tip on my list is music. You see, sometimes we just listen to music, the beats in the music and everything, but we do not pay attention to the lyrics in the music. Sometimes even music goes a long way to improve upon our vocabulary, because sometimes words are used in the music that when we meditate upon it, it helps us improve upon our vocabs. The next tip on my list is events. You see, the kind of events you also attend goes a long way to affect you either positively or negatively. In Africa, like, there are so many festivals. I won't tell you to avoid your festivals, but I'll tell you that you should be selective in your type of festival, or when even you attend such festivals, do not get so much soaked in the local type of things going on. You should think out of the box. You should learn new things. Don't be so traditional. Learn out of the box, and it will go a long way to affect you positively. The last tip on my list is your conversation. You see, now when you are done with your learning of the vocabulary, with your research, with your listening to people speak and everything, now you try to inculcate it in your everyday English, and it's going to help. You see, when you learn the words, you do not hide the words. When you hide, you can't have a lamp under a box. You see, it cannot shine for people to see. So when you learn it, you inculcate it in your style of speaking, and I know that it's going to go a long way to help you in your everyday life. Thank you so much for joining me once again on this episode. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.